Good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's the Kehillat Sha'arei Torah Halacha Review for Monday, June 22nd. We're moving ahead in this sefer a little bit. The next couple of chapters deal with Tefillah B'Tzibur, Tachanun, the repetition of the Chazan, which we have done in the past in this context, and we'll do again to remind ourselves once we get started with our daily minyan again. For now, there's some things that apply to us all the time, so we'll take a look at those. The next chapter that he has here has to do with Shabbat clothing, wearing clothing, special clothing, in honor of Shabbat. So the introduction, and by way of introduction, he says that one should have a separate set of clothing in order to show proper honor for Shabbat. Some poskim say that this is a Torah commandment, and others say it's a rabbinic commandment. In any case, it's honoring Shabbat, honoring Shabbos for sure. Yalkut Ruveni says that the way we dress ourselves on Shabbos in this world is the way in which Hashem will dress us, so to speak, dress our neshamas, clothe our souls in the world to come. Both men and women are obligated to have nice clothing for Shabbos, and some say it's a segula for a good livelihood and other things. As far as the order of dressing, there are two methods of dressing, both on Shabbos and during the week. It says that Anshe Maisa, people who take these kind of things seriously, have the custom to put on the clothing of the upper part of the body first, so that tzitzis, the four-cornered garment, the talis katan, is the first article of clothing that's worn. When undressing, it's the reverse, so the upper garments are removed last, so that the tzitzis remain on the body for the longest time. Others prefer, for modesty's sake, to cover the lowest part of the body first, and then put on the clothing for the upper part of the body. And they do that in reverse also. Most poskim say, most of the authorities say, that one should change every article of clothing in honor of Shabbos from top to bottom. And someone who does this, it's a very praiseworthy thing, in the words of Avodat HaKodesh. Some even maintain that a man should have a different yarmulke, a different hat, and they even go so far as to say a different pillow and blanket and pajamas for Shabbos. All these things in honor of Shabbat, even the way we dress, even when we're going to sleep. The poskim say it's proper to have a separate talis gadol, the large talis worn in shul, for Shabbos, and many have the custom to have a designated talis katan, the small talis worn under the shirt, as well. The Stipler Gaon, the Rabbi Kanievsky, who passed away some years ago, not too many years ago, used to have a special gartel, the prayer sash that he would wear over his jacket. He had one dedicated for Shabbat. Preferable to have a nice coat for Shabbat, but not absolutely necessary. And there's no need to have separate undergarments for Shabbos, he says, but they should be freshly laundered. In a different chapter here, actually let's take a look back, because it speaks about Shabbos shoes, having designated Shabbos shoes. Let me just flip back and see what it says. There is a passage in the Talmud Yerushalmi, which seems to imply that one does not need separate Shabbos shoes. However, this Yerushalmi is not conclusive. Many poskim say that one should indeed have special shoes for Shabbat. Others feel it's not necessary. The prevalent custom is actually to have two pairs of shoes, one for weekday and one for Shabbat. Nowadays, when we're fortunate that most of us are able to own even more than two pairs of shoes, certainly one special pair of Shabbos and Yom Tov shoes should be among our collection. Many people go away for Shabbos and polish their shoes before the trip. Rabbi Yehuda HaChassid says that one should not polish his shoes while traveling. Doesn't give a reason there. I haven't seen it. Many people follow this directive, but others say we only keep a few of his instructions, and this is not one of the ones that we cover. Of those who observe this directive, some say that one may polish his shoes if traveling by car. So in any case, there's a space to do that. Okay, so that's Shabbos clothes, Shabbos pajamas, Shabbos shoes, perhaps more than you wanted to know, but there you have it. Please join us again tomorrow for more conversation about honoring the Shabbos through our clothing.